good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. We are delayed, so I prepared for good morning. It became good afternoon. A very good afternoon to all of you. And really, I and all of us are very happy to be here as part of the fraternity and to meet all of you, especially through this panel and maybe later during lunch and other programs, so that we feel family and we can share our sukh dukh together. Before I start, I would just like my panelists to give one-line introduction about themselves, and then we will start the panel, and then I will talk to you.
Hi, I'm Raghu. I work for HCL Tech. I have about 35 plus years of experience in this FM industry. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Makarand, Makarand Kulkarni, in industry for more than 30 years, and learning is going on. Journey is on. Hopefully continues till the last bit of life. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Praveen, Siddannavar. I represent Birlasoft Limited, and I'm based out of Bangalore. I have about 32 years of experience in the IT industry.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pranjal Saxena, and I head administration in Kotak General Insurance. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Solomon Ellis. So I work with Raymond. I look after all the retail outlets for all the brands. Raymond, Park Avenue, Color Plus, Parks, Made to Measure.
My name is Ralph Sunil. I am in the industry for almost 36 years. I started with the Taj Group in the hotels, then went on to education, then joined the corporate. I was with SR Group for 20 years, then with the GMR Group for 5 years. Presently, I am with the JSW Group in their plant at Vijayanagar. I manage a small city, about 10,000 acres, in the south of India in Karnataka. So that's our introduction. And before I start, I think we'd like to make this panel a lot of fun and a lot of takeaways that we want to give to you, but only not from this side. Maybe you can also join us. And we will make it as interesting, as fun as possible, so that when you go back, you can do some things right from tomorrow itself at your workplaces. And that's the reason of coming to panels, coming to such forums, that we can go back and practice what we hear at such places. So please be interactive, and when questions come up to you, I have planned for a small rapid fire at the end of it, like coffee with Karan. Are you ready? No, but at the end of it. Anyway, the first question to the audience, especially to the married people. I was in a small conference last week, and then I got this idea. Disclaimer, no fights because of me at home. Okay? To all the married people, men or women, just recollect, in the past 7 days, how many of you have looked into your spouse's eyes and spoken continuously for 5 minutes? Anybody can challenge? Only one man has spoken. 2 people. In the eyes for 5 minutes and spoken. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somebody is putting half. बीवी नहीं है भैया, जाल बोल सकता है.
You have to avoid speaking to the tiger.
I am sorry?
You have to avoid speaking to the tiger.
See, avoid speaking to the tiger in the eye. So how do we speak to the wife or to the husband? Largely smart tech. Am I correct? This is the start of the program to make, if your family uses smart tech, if you in your personal life are using smart tech, why not the FM industry become smart as a way of life? This is our subject, and the subject here is how smart tech, data and connectivity actually makes an impact on the FM industry as we go ahead. So am I clear with what we are going to speak about? I will ask you the second question before I go to the first speaker. Let us be honest. No, again disclaimer, no aspersions against any department. How many of you, tell really, face problems with your procurement department for purchase?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
I will tell you an example. I joined the GMR group in the Delhi airport, and first meeting with Mr. GM Rao, first meeting after 2 months, And he said, how is the procurement doing here? One of the questions in the boardroom meeting. So I told him, sir, to buy one doormat, it has taken me 2.5 months. What? Doormat. Because why? First you have to raise ENFA, then you have to raise indent, then you have to raise PR, then you have to have WBS, then you have to have budget. By the time you finish 12 procedures, I can just go out, pay my personal money and buy a doormat and reimburse. Am I correct? So what we did, I'm just giving an example. So what we should do? How many of you would like, the second question, the procurement department not to be there? It has really happened. What has happened? I found one company or a few companies that has removed the procurement department and given the right to the HOD to buy what you want with a particular procedure. And because who will know buying a doormat better than me or the procurement department or all of us? We will know better. Suppose I want to buy a chair. Will I know or the procurement man know? Or all of us together? We will know better, right? So that question is only of trust. Why procurement department? So people have made it. So what I did in GMR, ultimately we signed up with Amazon. Today GMR has got a catalog buying where you just go open your system. You want a chair, rate is priorly fixed. Order the chair, it will come in 3 days to you. We have, no, I'm not exaggerating, 3 crores material on the catalog. I'm sure all our lives will become better and all of you will get in your appraisal which recently went 5 out of 5 if this one element is removed, which is a big hurdle in the corporate India. This is just for a start. Continuing with this, I would like to start with my panel with Mr. Raghupathy to share his experiences on how a smart FM impacts you or your organization or the industry in general with some takeaways that you want to share with everybody.
Thanks, Ralph. Morning, everyone. And, from my perspective, how the smart FM is helping 3 different stakeholders I see. From an employee perspective, for a facility function, employees are your biggest internal customers. So for them, the agility, the ease of technology helps them to do things on the move. Today, post-COVID, we are seeing hard desking tools coming in, booking a transport cab requirement, whatever it is. For them, it becomes ease of life right from they start from the home till they go back. So if employee feels, that technology truly empowers them to do things in a much better way. How it helps a functional leader like me. Today, the reviews with my CXOs are not happening on an Excel or a PowerPoint. It's happening on the tool itself. People want to see the tool. From the tool, the reports are getting generated or the dashboards are getting generated. So my reviews with my CXOs have become highly productive and highly informative. Then from an overall organization perspective, if you look at using the right technology, it helps you to track the ROI, the investment that you have made, the measuring the investment has become very, very effective. So I see overall from a perspective, it helps your employees, it helps the function, and as well as the organization as a whole.
That's very nice. So lot of things become simpler, easier, effective if you adopt the smart FM, which you have personally realized.
Absolutely.
So maybe during the lunchtime you can share some more examples to individuals who want to come, because we want to wrap up this also at a time that is good. So Makarand, would you want to share your views?
Yeah, smart FM it's a way of life. If you look at technology has taken a lot of things out of day-to-day operations, so which is important. As the FM or the admin is there, it's not the revenue generation, but the revenue eater kind of scenario. So always focus on the cost control, cost measures, all these are there. And you need to have a kind of an automations or the technology to cater how you are adding value to your business as a FM. If you look at in my last assignment, over the 6 years, I have given a business back nearly about 1,100, 1,200 crores by the energy savings, which is the key area for this. As a FM, our major consumptions are component is after the people, the energy is the biggest component which is consuming. And that adds value to the organizations. And that's something which you need to have technology and everything to cater that, how you are adding value to the business. And then you can put down your thoughts to the people, CEOs, and you can have good relationship and arguments with them, and you can choose your path also. So that's something which is unique, and technology will help us.
Absolutely correct. I will also add on another example. I am presently running a fleet of almost 250 vehicles, which has got almost about 75 EV buses, 50 seaters. And the buses go all over the neighboring cities. But sitting in one place, I can observe the the charge of the bus, the route of the bus, the visual camera of the bus. In fact, 2 months ago, there was a death because the bus hit somebody. EV bus, I don't know how many of you use in your companies, but we started EV buses last year. Absolutely no noise. If the EV bus is behind me right now, I cannot hear because zero noise. And the horn, because of pollution, is also very feeble. It hit somebody and the fellow died. So there was a big halla in the city, and when the thing came to me, we waited for 2 hours and took the video from the bus itself, and we found that it was not an accident, but it was a suicide by the guy who came and fell in front of the bus, which was very evident by the camera and the recording that showed. Isn't that a great technology to be sure that what you are doing is recorded and put in? Otherwise, we had to go through a lot of issues. So just some examples I am sharing on the way. I would request Praveen to share his views.
Yeah. Hello, good morning, everyone. So just I will add something which is out of what Sunil mentioned on the EV. I'm by passion, I'm a wildlife photographer, and I had an opportunity to run a project on electric mobility while I was working with KPIT. This is in 2017 when we retrofitted a diesel bus and converted into electric bus. And to do this pilot trial, we did it in various, even it is running as on date in the parliament to pick up all the MPs from their hostels and dropping them to the parliament. It has done more than 50,000 kilometers. But for me, I wanted to try it when Sunil mentioned that noiseless vehicle. So I thought, what if we do this in a forest and run like a safari vehicle? To my justification, my management agreed, and we converted that bus into an open safari bus. We did this 45 days pilot trial with help of the tourism minister. That time it was Priyank Kharge. And we did this pilot in Bandipur Tiger Reserve, which is in Karnataka. So there was one instance when we did the fourth run of this bus. Tiger was right on the middle of the mud track. And since I'm a hardcore wildlife photographer, I saw the tiger and spotted it from a distance. And the tiger never moved, even when we went close, because it never heard a noise. While I have been on hundreds of safaris on diesel open gypsies, from a distance only it will get to know that there's a vehicle coming and it will sneak into the bushes. So I thought I'll just take this example, how technology can work, and even this can help in a lot of forests to avoid pollution. And so that is the project which I was involved. So coming back to, sorry to take your time on this, coming back to smart facilities. So I will talk more from, since I belong to Birlasoft IT services company, I will speak more from how it impacts the IT companies. And we don't have just our internal customers, but since we run projects, all centers in India which are present, I manage 7 centers in India. These are all delivery centers where we do customer projects mainly for US and Europe and Asia Pac. So we will have to manage not just internal customers, but all the customers outside India. So for us, smart facility is a necessity today and not just a requirement. Smart facilities are facilities which integrate basically the advanced technologies and data analytics and connectivity. All put together, we can actually achieve a operational intelligent and operational efficiency for any organization. So that is the basic. And to add, to leverage that, what we do is we use AI, artificial intelligence, IoT tools to leverage these things. So just I'll take one example because we have implemented so many into our organization. So one is, because I think Raghu mentioned on the transport, I'll take travel. So I also, in my portfolio, I had the global travel for Birlasoft, and it's a global travel truly. And it's one of the most high ticket in terms of expense. So we looked at various tools and we have implemented a tool which is completely automated, and today all our leadership can book their own tickets on the mobile app which we have developed. And this has given us almost 15% of saving in the very first year. We spend about 3 to 4 million every year on both domestic and international travel. So such automation, it's completely seamless, paperless, and it also has an audit run, so it helps when you do audits. So this is one example I would.
Great. So SBT is an example that he said.
Yeah.
SBT is a great tool that is ruling the travel industry now. I will go on to Pranjal for his views on what is the impact of smart FM in the FM world.
Yeah. So from my perspective, I think the smart FM, or we call smart facilities, smart infra, primarily is to have controls and visibility in place. So purely from operational perspective, I would like to see, how my expenses are growing. From BFSI sector perspective, see, we have so many branches, so many ATMs, we are opening, we are closing. Somewhere the landlords are changing, rentals are escalating, maintenance, we are spending. So for me, how I'm getting a control, what is the visibility I'm getting by implementing the tech solutions, right? Is it going to help my department, my organization to have that visibility? Because unless and until I have a control or a visibility on my expenses, on my operations, I won't be able to have the measures in place in order to, gain the advantage by implementing the technology. So what we did, we are having a network of many branches and ATMs, so we try to bring everything online. We used to have the Excel sheets and, many such tools which were not productive. So we brought everything online, and we tried to see that what is the workstation cost, what is hitting a particular branch, what is the energy expenses that is going into the total expense of that branch. So that is giving me the visibility to, measure, okay, in a particular branch, if my energy expenses are more than the average, then, is it something, something wrong with the systems? Am I having the old assets that is consuming more power, the power factor of that unit we need to analyze? So all these things, that is giving us advantage, and that is giving us the visibility to have the entire end-to-end tracking of my assets, of my branches, the manpower deployment, and of course the business which we are generating, how what percentage of admin expenses is going into, generating that business, and how can I bring it down. So that part is helping us a lot.
Okay, thanks Pranjal. So changing from the olden types of computing to modern types of software tool has helped you a lot. Yeah. That is the takeaway. Solomon, all yours.
Yeah, sure. Smart FM, I think two big ways it helps us. Number one, situational clarity. Number two, speed. Let me explain. We got a complaint, and we're in the retail business. It's shops, okay? So customer left the shop. He was about to buy 1 lakh rupees worth of material. AC was not working. He left the shop. Okay? We all get such complaints? Internally, yeah? Yes. Yes. We were able to show, because we had the technology there, hey, all the ACs were working, 24 degrees temperature was maintained. Okay? Clarity. Because you'll get, and this applies in an office situation. Someone sitting in row 46A is saying it's too hot. Person sitting in 46C is saying it's too cold. 46B ko bechara kya ho gaya, I don't know. But this happens and we all face it. With technology, you can know the reality. Because otherwise you're only dealing with perceptions. With technology, it gives us situational clarity. What's really happening, we come to know. Second thing, speed. When I joined my current company, Raymond, this is a retail industry and branding, the signage is really, really important. The average time to deal with a signage complaint was over 90 days. You know what it is today? 2. That's the power of technology.
Amazing. See, that actually improves the bottom line, because FM, like Mr. Anurag was telling us at the beginning, is growing at a pace which we cannot keep up. The real figure is about 14.8 CAGR that it is growing. The number of people to be inducted is going to go more than 520 million people in the FM industry, only in India. It is going so big that we cannot manage. You look at a hospital. Hospitals have become like big playgrounds. You go to airports. Airports, by the time, if you go even 10 minutes late to reach your gate, I don't know how many people have ran to reach that gate. Sometimes there are travelators, sometimes there are no travelators. Everything is becoming very big. Manufacturing is becoming huge and huge. Thousands of acres. The best way to manage is what Solomon said, because I'll tell you an example. Delhi airport we were managing, and air quality index was a big issue. Every day newspaper mein it used to come, because Delhi airport is a common area. So what we did 4 years ago, they put about 30,000 sensors in Terminal 3 alone. If you have visited Delhi airport, 30,000 sensors that automatically talk to the dampers, talk to the airflow, talk to the HVAC systems, and manage so that AQI maintains very good. So if you go, you will see actually a flush of air. When you go to the Delhi airport, there will be a very good flow of air, because these are all sensor managed. No more can we manage things by our human intervention. It's a very great thing, and I'm very happy that Tarun brought a lot of items. Tarun is here? Yes. Tarun is a good old friend who spoke before us as a keynote speaker. He brought a lot of things. FM planning, geo-fencing, attendance for your staff. Let us say I work with about 3,000 staff in FM alone, in my campus. Only FM, 3,000 staff. Can I monitor everybody if I do a manual attendance? So geo-fencing, physical, smart-based attendance, beacon-based pushers for work, checklist, digital assignments, all make a lot of difference is what we want to see. The second round, what I want to go, and I am of course going to take 5 of them, and also 1 or 2 of you from the audience, is to explain at least one case study or one real incident that you want to share with everybody to see that this has made a major impact in your career in the smart FM field in all these years. Just one true case study. Raghu?
Okay. Thanks. From the basic, technology implementation, which most of the companies have already implemented, be it your, cafeteria app or a transport app. Today, we, from a HCL Tech perspective, we are focusing more in terms of sustainability, implementing technology and automation in sustainability initiative, which is going to contribute us more, I want to talk about 3 good case studies which can be a good takeaway for you, which you can go back and implement at your places. 2 of the initiatives we have already implemented, and 1 which is under implementation phase. The one which is under implementation phase is, I have my colleague Josna here, who is taking care of our Mumbai and Pune operations. We are going to have as part of our end of life refresh, we are moving away from the traditional STP to a smart sewage treatment plant, or STP, which is just going to be a plug and play. And it is a module based, you can expand or you can downsize, and it saves 80% of your real estate space. 80%. And your operation cost is going to come down by 30 to 40%. And the biggest advantage is it uses zero chemicals. It starts with 5 KLD to 200 KLD, and it can get expanded. That is one. The second one is we have implemented HVLS fans, high velocity, low speed fans, in one of our campus in cafeteria. We have implemented 36, we have installed 36 such fans. I just give you a example how it has helped saving my energy usage in cafeteria by 60%. This 36 HVLS fans has helped me where I was running 18 to say 30 TR of AHU for 16 hours. Now I am running only just 4 AHU for 4 hours. That has helped me reduce drastically in my energy contribution. The third one I would like to talk about one is a very innovative thing that we have done in Chennai, where we are taking water by using the atmospheric air, in terms of taking the advantage of the humidity in the atmospheric air. We are, 16,000 liters we are generating per day, which has enabled me to, replace about 50% of my bubble top consumption. And it has helped me also, it's again IoT based platform, you can track everything and your quality is monitored online. So these three initiatives was one of the very good initiatives that we took recently using technology and automation.
Amazing, amazing. See, so much of technology is changing, and I don't think in one panel, one day we can we can learn everything, but so many new things are coming periodically into the system. So self-learning also is a great thing. Exposure to so many things and so many conferences, panels and meetings is also really important. Let me have views of Praveen from your side. One case study in a short way.
Sure. I'll do two, but the second one will be the first one will be very short. So just in addition to the energy thing, we implemented in our, one of our largest campuses is Pune, which is about 10 acres. And from the COVID days, because we had enough time and there were no employees, so we implemented solar panels on all our rooftop cafeteria. And then that we have extended to our parking lots. So we generate about 450,000 units energy, and which is adding to a lot of saving in terms of this and also reducing the carbon footprint. So that is one. Second is, and I have my E&M specialist sitting out there. His name is Santosh, if you want to connect, and we have implemented more things under HVAC, but he can be the right person to provide you details offline. Second one is transport has been a very big challenge, being an IT company, and we have policies to provide transportation. We have employees working not just in 2 shifts, but 3 shifts. And that has been a major challenge over the years, and managing 7 centers in India, working at different time zones. So we have implemented a complete seamless transportation, which not only helps employees to book through their mobile apps, but also it saves a lot of cost, because initially all the rosters were done manually for all the locations. Now it's all automated, so routing, it takes the shortest and more efficient, detects the traffic conditions, and that is how it will route the routes. So we have saved a lot of time as well as, so this has become very convenient in terms of employee experience. So transportation is the second one.
Amazing. So 2 good examples of solar and transportation that can actually say solar is becoming so popular and so easy nowadays. Every house, every terrace, every space can be converted to an energy source. So I'd like Pranjal to say a few his views.
So So my case study is, I would like to, let you all know that we have worked on energy efficiency. So we have developed a tracker wherein, the asset life cycle and its maintenance is being tracked. If from the procurement till the disposal and in between, whatever the maintenance, the service schedules of this, of all the assets, particular the HVAC system, which is, we all know that contributes the maximum in the energy spent. So by having this tracker, it has helped us a lot by around 25 to 30% by having a, a preventive calendar, maintenance calendar for all these assets. That has really helped us significantly. And this is one case study I would like you to all know about.
Great. Solomon?
Sure. We sit in conferences like this and we hear all about these wonderful things, IoT, and now the latest buzzword AI. And then Ralph comes and says 30,000 sensors. And somebody over here will be thinking, Thada sala 30,000 sensors, I am not getting approval for even 30 sensors. Okay? What I want to talk about is, yes, instead of worrying about the technology that you don't have, think about the technology that you have or that you can access. I'll give you an example, very simple example. In a previous company I was working, it was Shadi.com, and we had a meeting, business review meeting. The IT head and me, the admin head, both had our asses handed to us. 2 complaints. Network is never working. 2, we have a lot of power cuts and there is no power backup and customers walking away. So we were told find solutions. So to provide power backup at 77 locations, the number was coming something astronomical. So how to figure this out? Then I had a chat with the IT head, okay, who was my friend. Hey, Joel, how are you handling this? He said, see, what we are doing, we are pinging all our servers in each location. It's continuous pinging. When the ping is not answered, we know there is a problem, so then we set about to resolve it. So then I start thinking, now he is pinging. Now if the ping is not answered, one of the probabilities is that there is no electricity. Okay? So I said, Joel, do one thing. When a ping is not answered, that error that comes, send it to my person. So I had a receptionist who was not doing a lot of work. Means underutilized. Okay, Chanda, you will get this. Immediately call up that center and ask them, are you having a power cut? Simple. Okay? Out of 77 locations, we found that only 2 locations had a serious problem and where an intervention was required. Other 75 locations, the problem was so minute that no intervention was required. I used somebody else's technologies, the resources that we had, and solved a problem, saved huge amount of money for the company without having the latest and greatest toys. So use what you have before you think about getting something new.
Amazing, amazing, very good. So that's a self-explained action of what you can do. I'll tell you one simple story after Makarand finishes. What you can use within resources.
See, one of the important, we talk about technology, smart, everything. It's about how smart FM is there, important, and your service partners. That's the priority which is very uniquely required, which I give a thoughts. We have a lot of technology, a lot of things, but let me give a simple word. Until unless you have a transparent and cohesive working space with your partners, service partners, and without that, and your lot of tools you are identify or absorbs, they talk to each other. Without that, you can't have a smart FM or anything. So because you by just having fancy stuff installed, but if they are not talking to it, connected to it and talking to you and given a report, you will have n number of issues and then all the time of it will go into that passing of the bugs will happen. So there is a bug fixing is needed. Even I'll give that smart FM, I would say, engagement with your partners and long-term relationship, which Tarun has also mentioned, which is very important. Otherwise, procurement, every year you have a RFP going and you are losing your no value creations. It has to have something which is there. And I've done in last assignment, I asked 3 years contract with my service partners. Look at that. where are the cost escalation, everything, but minimum 3 years assignment, so at least 6 months initial to understand to each other, have 6 months to get the results, 2 years at least we can see where we are and get a much more results. That's something which I'll part away. And technology concern I can talk about. I've done a lot of technological implementation, silos as well, integrated also. But technology is for human, and we as human resource doesn't manage the humans. Only FM manage the humans. This is what I feel. Thank you.
No, great, Makarand. That's a very good point on integration of various, all the techs that are there. I'll tell you one story on Bangalore airport, which recently I just went. There are more than 7, 8 FM service providers there. All big companies are there. I'm sure some of you are here also. All were sending individual reports to the central team. And how many reports? 7 into, let us say, 20. So 140 reports. Now what they have done, they have combined all the 7 onto one platform, and only one report that platform collects and gives only one platform. So amazing that we need to integrate all the services that are there, pest control or energy or everything into one BMS which is there. So it's a very, very important thing that we need to do. The example what I wanted to tell, just as a light humor, I joined a company and it was the third day and probably many people didn't know me. I said, what should I do? How should I announce my arrival? So I just did one, there was I think about 1,200 people in the office. I just did one thing, I spent 2,000 rupees. I followed a company's idea and put a beetle sticker, you know beetle? Red bug sticker in all the men's washrooms. Next day morning 9:15, 9:30 everybody started, अरे क्या हो गया यार? Washroom में क्या आ गया? नया चीज क्या आ गया? अच्छा है, बुरा नहीं है, they are not, but the buzz went around that something different happened. And that 1 minute or 1.5, 2, 3 minutes of using the washroom became a fun place. So no need to spend money. 2,000 rupees, one impact we can create across. I'm telling you what I tell everybody in most of the forums. The FM and the HR. Anybody from HR here? No. Okay. No problem. HR and FM or HR and admin are actually the mother and father of any organization. Mother and father of any organization. Because these are the two departments that can reach to anybody. Am I correct? From the lowest to the top. HR and admin. I jokingly say admin is like the father. HR is like the father because they give the salary, they make the policies, danda leke ghumte hain, and they keep on doing such attributes that make it. But FM is the place that is like the mother. Because we give the food, we give the cleanliness, we give the care, we give the comfort, we give the cooling, just like our mother does, and we give more in the professional space as a mother. Actually, we are the mother, professional mother to all our employees. And we also have the danda. I'm sure all of you remember that when you were small, you were more scared of your mother than your father. So that's an example. I think my red time has come up and we are forced to, am I forced to stop now?
Yes. We are.
Or I have 2 minutes for some interaction? No. Okay, so I have to skip the rapid fire round. Maybe next forum we will do it. Lunchtime we may be able to, so I'll close the book and we'll come to a close. I really appreciate all the panelists. Please give them a big round of applause. I would strongly like to end by saying that tech, FM or smart FM or digital world is the new way to success. I'm running a program called MAD FM across the country called Mechanization, Automation, Digitalization. But believe me, the microwave oven cannot replace the mother's cooking. Personal touch is always required in our area, just like the mother. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the session.